Have you ever wondered how a DDoS attack is carried out? Today, we're diving into the world of these disruptive cyber attacks. DDoS, or distributed denial of service attacks, are a formidable and increasingly prevalent threat in the digital landscape. In layman's terms, they're the internet equivalent of a traffic jam. But instead of cars on a highway, we're talking about data on a network. Imagine an information highway clogged with so much data that legitimate traffic can't get through. That's a DOS attack. These attacks can cripple websites, disrupt businesses, and even compromise national security. They do this by overwhelming a system, service, or network with more traffic than it can handle. This makes the system slow to crawl or even crash, denying service to legitimate users. The impact of these attacks can be devastating, causing financial loss and damaging reputations. They're a significant threat that anyone with an online presence needs to be aware of. So let's delve into the tools that make these attacks possible. First off, we have LOIC, or Low Orbit Ion Cannon, a popular tool among hackers. Named after a weapon from the video game series Command & Conquer, LOIC was initially developed by Pretox Technologies as a stress testing application. However, it quickly found a new purpose in the hands of cybercriminals. Its primary function: to overload a network by flooding it with traffic, effectively causing a denial of service. Here's a quick rundown on how it works. LOIC users select a target, and the software sends a barrage of TCP, UDP, or HTTP requests to the victim's network. This massive influx of requests overwhelms the target system, resulting in slow network performance or even total shutdown. But don't let its simplicity fool you. The power of LOIC lies in its ease of use. With just a few clicks, anyone can launch a damaging attack. LOIC is user-friendly, making it a common choice, but it's just the tip of the iceberg. Next on our list is HOIC, the High Orbit Ion Cannon. This tool is an evolution of its predecessor, the Low Orbit Ion Cannon, designed to cause even greater havoc in the realm of cyber warfare. The primary distinction between the two is HOIC's ability to launch a broader range of attacks, making it a more flexible and consequently a more dangerous weapon. HOIC works by generating a massive flood of randomized HTTP traffic, overwhelming targeted systems and causing them to crash. This barrage is so extensive that it can bypass many common security measures, posing a significant challenge to those tasked with defending against it. But perhaps the most concerning aspect of HOIC is its potential for amplification. It can coordinate multiple users to launch a simultaneous attack, greatly increasing its destructive power. This capability to cause such severe damage is what sets HOIC apart. HOIC is a step up from LOIC, but there are even more powerful tools out there. Let's shift our focus to Slowloris, a tool that operates in a completely different way. Unlike its Canon counterparts, Slowloris isn't about brute force, it's about patience and precision. Imagine this tool as a slow-moving but relentless predator, gradually exhausting its prey. Slowloris works by opening connections to the target server and keeping them open for as long as possible. It sends out partial HTTP requests, then periodically adds to them. This keeps the connections open slowly but surely, eating away at the server's resources. The beauty of Slowloris lies in its subtlety. It doesn't need to flood the server with traffic, making it harder to detect. It's a different beast from LOIC and HOIC, but one that's equally dangerous. Remember, it's not always about the loudest bang. Sometimes it's about the softest whisper that can bring a system to its knees. Slowloris might move at a different pace, but it's equally capable of causing havoc. Lastly, we cannot overlook botnets, the backbone of many major DDoS attacks. But what are botnets? In the simplest terms, a botnet is a network of infected computers, also known as bots, which are controlled by a central entity, often referred to as the botmaster. This entity can command the botnet to perform various tasks, including launching DDoS attacks. Botnets play a crucial role in DDoS attacks. They are the foot soldiers, so to speak, that carry out the orders of their botmaster. Each bot in the network sends a flood of traffic to the target site. overwhelming its resources and causing it to slow down or even crash. The real trickery here is that these attacks can appear to be ordinary web traffic, making them incredibly difficult to detect. So how are botnets created? Well, it all begins when a computer gets infected with a specific type of malware, turning it into a bot. This can happen through various means, from clicking on a malicious link to downloading an infected file. Once infected, the bot is added to the network and can be remotely controlled by the botmaster. What sets botnets apart is their ability to launch attacks on a massive scale. A single botnet can consist of thousands or even millions of bots, allowing it to generate an astounding amount of traffic. This is why botnets are often behind the most destructive DDoS attacks. Botnets demonstrate the truly devastating potential of DoS attacks. As we've seen, DDoS attacks are complex, multifaceted, and incredibly disruptive. They are the cyber equivalent of a swarm of bees, overwhelming a system with a flood of requests all at once. Today, we took a closer look at some of the tools that can facilitate these attacks, providing an insight into the mechanics of this cybersecurity threat. We started with the Low Orbit Ion Cannon, or LOIC. This tool is like a battering ram, launching a direct and concentrated attack on a single target. Its sibling, the High Orbit Ion Cannon, or HOIC, operates in a similar fashion, but with a broader scope, hitting multiple targets at once, akin to a barrage of arrows. Then we discussed Slowloris, a tool with a more subtle approach. Instead of overwhelming a system with sheer volume, it slowly and steadily exhausts server resources, like a python slowly constricting its prey. We also delved into the world of botnets, networks of infected devices that can launch a coordinated DDoS attack. These are like an army of zombies, controlled by a single entity, capable of causing massive disruption. Each of these tools has its own purpose and function, and understanding them is key to defending against DDoS attacks. Remember, understanding these tools is a step towards better cybersecurity. Stay safe and vigilant in the digital world.